exciting opportunity for you. How did it come about?
About 2 weeks ago, just over 2 weeks ago, I got a phone call completely out of the blue, and it was just, would you like the opportunity to come and meet Mr. Wenger and discuss some opportunities? And obviously that sort of phone call doesn't come along every day, so it was an opportunity, and how could you not go and take it? So I went and met him and the CEO, and it sort of evolved from there. But it was just a couple of days before the Hawthorn game.
Burgess, can we just confirm what your role, you'll continue working at Port Adelaide over the next year or so? Can you just confirm how you'll be involved with the club?
Yeah, there'll be an ongoing consultation in terms of managing the player loads and things like that. All our stuff is online, so I could access it anywhere. There'll be constant dialogue with Ken and the other outstanding high performance staff, as well as 3 visits back here between now and the end of the calendar year, probably 4 visits. So it's I'm really excited by the opportunity to continue to be involved, because I think we're going to do some good things.
And in the push for finals, you'll be a part of that for Port Adelaide?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll come back the week before the finals and help the team progress as far as we can.
Tough to manage 2 different jobs at once?
I think probably what we've done here at Port is we've set up a world-class high-performance staff. So they are as good a department as I've worked with, and as good as a department as I know in the world. So they'll be able to manage the program just fine, and I'll input where I can and certainly help out. But I've got complete faith in Maccas, in Stu Graham, and in the physios and doctors here. So I think the program will manage just fine, and I'll help out where I can. But I'll certainly have an eye on and have regular communication with everybody here, as well as the visits.
You mentioned those boys. The handover sounds like it'll be quite easy to those sort of guys, throwing them in charge?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got complete faith. We've been together for 4.5 years, and it's a very different department to the one that we sort of took over back in 2012, and we're all aligned together, and I've got no doubts whatsoever that the department will manage really, really well.
How long is the deal with Arsenal?
It's 3 years.
How will you go about finding a replacement here? Where's your involvement going to be in that one?
Yeah, I'll be involved every step of the way. One of the great things about Port Adelaide and what Keith and Ken and CD have allowed me to do is go and speak at various conferences, and so the network that I've got and the rest of the staff have got here is pretty extensive. So I would think we'll get a world-class group of responses, and then I'll help Keith, Ken and CD pick out the best and use my networks wherever I can.
There's been accounts over the past 3 years of other clubs and other franchises seeking you. How difficult has it been to stay here at times?
It's been really easy to stay here up until this opportunity, which is, in terms of the scale compared to some of the previous ones, this is significantly greater scale, and the role is significantly more. So as I've said many times before, I came back to Port Adelaide after Liverpool when there was absolutely more money and absolutely other opportunities elsewhere, because I love the club and I love what it stands for. And so it's been really easy to knock them back until now, probably. This is a once-in-a-career opportunity to come your way, and thankfully the club have allowed me to take it.
How did that conversation go down? You said that you were taken by surprise. I imagine Ken and Keith were taken by surprise when you walked into their offices?
Yeah, I'll let Keith answer for himself, but yeah, honestly, Ken was disappointed, but extremely supportive. He recognised the opportunity, and he was nothing but supportive. And I think Ken has a lot of faith in the high performance and physios and medical staff here. So, and once we came to an agreement about the ongoing involvement, I think Ken's really comfortable with where it's at and where it's heading.
Keith, you must be quite proud, quite excited. Obviously a bit disappointing, but overall it's a great moment for Burgess.
It is. Look, I'm probably, of the whole group, the slowest to warm up to these sort of situations, to be honest. And I was disappointed when Burgess first brought the news to us. Darren was my first major appointment as CEO, and he's been instrumental in the rebuild of the club since 2012. And so, you're always a bit sort of sad to see those sort of people leave your organisation. But the size of the opportunity that has been presented to Darren was the compelling thing, and that was immediately obvious to us. So, from our point of view, we had to very quickly move into the mindset of, okay, so how are we going to make this work? Firstly, for our program, how do we make sure that the impact on 2017 is minimised for Ken and the players? And to that end, I think that, as Darren said, the confidence that we have in our team behind Darren is very clear, and we're very confident about that. But also the attitude of Arsenal, in that they've, as a world-class sporting organisation who are familiar with what it takes to compete at the highest level, clearly, they understood our situation very clearly and have provided us with great ongoing access to Darren. He's explained some of that, but it also extends into our China strategy, and Darren will remain as a consultant to us on the China program right through until the end of 2018. So we think that there are opportunities with Arsenal that could never have come our way had Darren not been given this opportunity, and had Arsenal not been open to the fact that Port Adelaide is a like-minded organisation. It's trying to do some interesting things, and we're looking forward to working together.
Do you see yourself as possibly a brother-sister club type partnership in the future?
Well, we think that I'll be meeting with the CEO in July. We're discussing collaboration in sports science, professional development, international growth. I know that the Arsenal boys are going to China in July sometime, so they're facing similar sort of challenges that we've just had. So we think that there is an enormous opportunity to share knowledge, and we've built that into the transition contract. That'll extend for the period that Darren is at Arsenal, and hopefully well beyond that. So we're pretty encouraged by that.
How quickly do you think you'll find a replacement?
Look, I think that this will be a pretty serious search. We have established a reputation through Darren and his team as to being very highly regarded globally. So we will conduct a global search, and I would suspect that that'll take at least 2-3 months.
Are you okay with what happens in the next 3 months at Port Adelaide? Are you comfortable with everything that's in place, that it can continue on without losing out on the field?
Yeah, well, most importantly, Ken and CD are comfortable that with Darren's guidance and the team that we have behind Darren, that those disruptions can be minimised. Clearly, there's going to be some differences, but we believe that at this stage of the year, a lot of the work has been done, and we're really tuning our way towards hopefully a final series, and Darren will be accessible at various times through that period, and so we think that we're pretty well placed.
Virgil, you mentioned the scale of this job is a lot bigger than the one you had at Liverpool. How do they kind of compare?
At Liverpool, I was basically the head fitness coach, whereas this time I'm director of high performance. So I'm overseeing, the fitness, the medical, the physio, the analysts for both the first team and the academy. So it's a very different role, but one that I'm pretty excited about.
Can we also ask separately, how are Jared Pollock and Aidan Johnson travelling?
Polly will be getting a scan probably right about now. And Aidan Johnson's scan came back. He's got a bit of an AC joint issue, but he's likely to not be available for the AFL this week. The Magpies have a bye, and he'll be okay for next week.